Hey guys, we are back at Paul's Garage. What's the garage called? You call it something, right? Brew Built Garage. We're actually going to do some videos on that in the future. Brew Built Garage, a whole series. Probably check in once a month and just see what's going on around here. But we've got a new old car. Explain this. It's new to you again.
Yeah. So Mardi Gras Day in 2013, this car got here. It was kind of not a shell of a car, but it had no fenders. They came separately, and the interior was all torn up. And it did have new floor pans at the time, and so basically tore it completely down. Did not take the body off the tub because it had the new floor pans. But other than that, everything got done. The engine at the time ran on 2 cylinders. Fairly well, actually. It got to 40 miles an hour.
How many cylinders does it have? I mean,
4 normally.
4, so it was half an engine.
One half of the engine was literally like you could put your finger over the spark plug hole and it would just barely breathe. So it was completely gone. But with 2 cylinders, that engine was able to make it 40 miles an hour all the way around the block.
How much does the car weigh?
Beetle weighs I think it's about 2,200 pounds. I'd have to Google that again because I may have forgotten, but it's somewhere around that. It's a pretty light little car.
Yeah. And how much horsepower do they put out?
This is a 1600 dual port, so about 65 horsepower from factory.
It's not horrible.
No, it goes. It gets out of its own way. My previous car, the 66, had a 1300 in it. I think that had about 50-something horsepower. But this is the most efficient, most powerful of the 1600s.
Now, what year is this one?
It's a 1970.
1970.
Not a 1967, as you would think from a lot of the trim.
Okay, so I know nothing about VWs, but you were talking earlier, I heard you talking about certain things that don't go on whatever year this is.
An American spec 1970 would have had reflectors here. It would have had big bumpers. Big thick chrome bumpers with like a rubber strip on them, safety bumpers with shock absorbers. Maybe not shock absorbers, but they were bigger bumpers anyway. Sometimes it gets kind of blurry to me which exact year change of whatever happened. But the interior on this car for a 1970 American spec would have had a padded dash, but this is a German spec car. It was bought in Germany probably by someone in the military, and so it had a steel dash. Seeing that prompted me to make it a faux 67. 1967 car was the first year of 12 volt, first year that had the upright headlights, not the laid back headlights. So that being that this car had all that, I said, well, why don't I make it, have the bumpers and having no padded dash and such. It made it look like a 67.
Like I said, I know nothing about VWs, and you just said something about the headlights being upright, and I noticed these fenders have the upright. So I assumed any fender from almost any year Beetle could go on the car and would be right. But yeah, that's not true. Somewhat.
Fenders or bumpers?
Fenders.
Fenders, yes.
With the headlights.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I see. I was coming up here like to show that, but there's no fenders. So anyway, the 66 had the headlights that were laid back, but the shape of the fender is identical. So I could, if I wanted to, put a set of 66 fenders on this or earlier and have it have the slanted headlights. But in 67, they went to the upright headlights, which they had till the end, and they still had the chrome small bumpers. So that's why I made this car look that way. But in 67, maybe 68 even, they still had the filler under the trunk. So when somebody is quote unquote fooled by this car and thinks it's a 67, they're like, but wait a minute, it has an external fuel tank filler. And I don't know, it's just fun. It was fun to kind of mimic an older car, because I like the way they look better.
Now, Beetles, they probably made 4 billion of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot.
Till 2002, actually.
In Mexico,
yep.
They kept making them. How easy is it to find a hood, and did you find one?
The trunk is available.
Trunk. I'm sorry. I called it a hood. How stupid of me.
Yeah, this is the trunk end. And the other side's called mostly called a deck lid. They don't really say a hood, but I mean, people just kind of interchange the term. Not a big deal. They're available new actually, but they don't really fit that well. Aftermarket stuff doesn't fit very well on any car. So I found an original 73 or 4 model fender, and I think I may try to fix this actual trunk lid. I'm gonna give it a shot. I literally have nothing to lose. I can try to bang it out.
What's wrong with this one on the wall?
A few things. One, it's for a Super Beetle. Secondly, it was really rusty, so it was really just kind of bondoed up and painted to be a display piece. Can't be used. It's unrepairable, really. All right. Well, it's Thursday morning. I'm off work today, so I took this opportunity to go walk through the junkyard, and I know where there's a Beetle, so I need some parts off of that. I've covered myself in 2 different brands of off because I ran out of one. Don't know how well that's going to work, but we are gonna see. It's going to be an adventure as usual. Did rain yesterday, so I'm gonna hopefully be able to make it back there. I didn't bring my boots because I'm stupid. An old Mercedes here. It's a 450 SL. I've actually gotten a couple parts off of this when I had my 560 SL, and the grill is hanging in my garage. Oh, look, a Jaguar. That's cool. Poor thing. Look at that. Ouch. So many sights to see in the yard here. If I see anything else cooler along the way, I'm going to try to save some battery. But you can see we're basically in paradise. Made it back. 1970-ish Volkswagen Beetle. Here's another about the same year. Back there, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of camoed by leaves, but there's a Carmen Ghia. Looks like a later model Carmen Ghia. Unfortunately, the part I came here for is smushed in very much the same way that mine is. So it's also dented here. So this is not a usable part. I'm going to look around and kind of poke on these cars, but I don't need a lot of parts, beyond a lug nut or something. Just a cool scene though. Nice place to be on a early morning at 7 o'clock while it's still cool. Surprisingly, the mosquitoes aren't that bad, but yeah, look at the coolness of this. This car has no doubt stories to tell. Trips were taken, when it was new, it was probably bragged about and shown off, just like this one, especially that beautiful Carmen Ghia. You know that whoever owned that was proud of it. See inside here. Pretty neat. Check out this one. They had some nice wool seat covers, and so you can see this is a padded dash car. I'm thinking it's probably a 1970 also. Look at that headliner, just down. Pop out windows. Pretty cool car at one time. Looks like it was probably red and repainted to white. So anyway, I'm gonna poke around a bit and find a couple other little odds and ends, but yeah, that trunk is not good. So anyway,
I see it's dark green under here. Was that the original color of the entire car?
Yes, the original color of the car was Ulmengrün, which means forest green.
Yeah, okay, green, just green.
It's forest green.
Yeah,
and it's a pretty color. I think it would have looked really nice painted back this color, but I originally repainted the car white and pink, and that didn't work out. So I decided to keep the car for myself, and I changed the color to this green. In the process, I inadvertently made it look like a police car. So I had one thought of putting a siren on the top of it and making it, you know, putting the numbers and stuff, but I'm not doing all that. I just want it back.
The electronics, is this normal? Is this how, like, this is all of it though, right?
Yeah, and this is fairly original. They're just a rat nest of wiring harness from the factory. They just kind of lay there. And most of the stuff on this car actually works. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know, pull all those connections, clean them, and lubricate everything. But when I sold the car, it fully functioned. It was a, you know, usable, complete car.
So the person you sold it to daily drove it every day for 5 years, is that right?
Yeah, just about, almost 5 years. She drove it to work every day. In that time period, I think I went one time and changed a battery for her in a parking lot. And the other time it came back here earlier this year, for a tune-up. I did points. I think I just did the points. I don't think I did the plugs, but I changed the points and timed it, and she drove it home.
And then you got the car back, and now you're just fixing the repair she got backed into, from what I understand, right?
That, or I think somebody came across the center line. But anyway, this headlight looked like it got punched in the face, and this was bent back a little bit. So I was able to frame pull it between a tree and a telephone pole and get this all back straight again. It's actually very nice. And this side was also bent. Even when I had the car, you couldn't fit a spare tire in here because the nose was smushed. So I was able to pull both sides out to nearly the factory position, so that'll work.
Now that you have it, now that you've done a little body work, what is the plan?
I want to get it back fully safe and roadworthy. There were some components in the front that have gone bad after, you know, 5 years of Louisiana roads. I want to do the valve adjustment, change the oil. It does have broken boots on the transaxle. I want to change those boots, and of course, you know, top off the fluids and whatnot. Change the coolant. Kidding. But like the fuel tank, everything, being that it was constantly used, everything is in mainly good shape. So it won't be too bad. And when I'm done with it, it'll have all new bushings, new shocks, new brakes, new brake lines, new fuel lines, and a good tune-up, a good solid tune-up. So the interior it wasn't clean, but it was not torn or ripped up or anything. So I cleaned that up, and it actually came back to life pretty well. So not too bad. There's just some basics to do to it.
Now I see you've kind of scraped some of the green off for the body work. Do you plan on redoing the entire green section?
No, I'm going to blend this like to here. This got bent because when this got hit, it pushed this back, and the fender pushed upward here and gave it a little bit of a crease line. So I was able to hammer that crease out, and now I'll just finish that up.
So you're not going to take the opportunity to change the green?
I have thought of it. I thought, man, I could really easily change the color again right now, but I like it. I like this car. It's always been a hit.
Well, guys, we just wanted to introduce you to the VW. I don't even remember what year it is, and you just told me.
It's a 70.
A 70, a 1970 VW, not Super Beetle.
Not Super. Super was not till, well, I don't remember the year, but later. 72.
And look, Ferrari's still here. Z is still here. Rolls is still here. There's videos for each one of these cars on the channel, so go out there and find them. But we're gonna follow this car, we're gonna follow the repair, we're gonna hear more stories as we go, and it's gonna be a good one. So buckle up, put it in gear, and drive it.